Warning, what you are about to see may cause laughter, excitement, or arousal. Please proceed with caution.
Get ready for Courtney, she's on her way. Prepare for the best time, the night turns to day. We are hyped up and ready, can't sit still. The most fun's about to start, let's feel the thrill. Courtney's coming, we'll be dancing all night. Laughter and joy, it's gonna be so right. When Courtney's here, everything's so bright. Get ready, cause Courtney's the highlight. Soon we'll be laughing, every worry gone. With her by our side, we will always have fun. The excitement's building, let the party begin. When Courtney's here, we can't help but grin. Courtney's coming, we'll be dancing all night. Laughter and joy, it's gonna be so right. When Courtney's here, everything's so bright. Get ready, cause Courtney's the highlight. Soon we'll be laughing, every worry gone. With her by our side, we will always have fun. The excitement's building, let the party begin. When Courtney's here, we can't help but grin. Courtney's coming, we'll be dancing all night. Laughter and joy, it's gonna be so right. When Courtney's here, everything's so bright. Get ready, cause Courtney's the highlight.
Immediately, I already have a song for you. The thing is, we live in fear. Already out of breath. Fear of the monsters in control. And like the machines, they haunt my dreams. Machines made of metal so cold. Could there be something to believe? A place where we can find the refuge we need. Dwarf from the trees, they block out the skies. It's fueled by ugliness and greed. Here it comes. Everybody get ready. Could this be something to believe? A place where we can find the refuge that we need. A place where their long arms can't reach. Up in the mountains where we can still believe. From the heights we'll wage this war for all the things we long for, so we can think the way we like. This could be something to believe. A place where we can live the music that we breathe. Our lungs are strong, yes, this is our song. Up in the mountains where we can still believe. From the heights we'll wage this war for all the things we long for, so we can sing the way we like. I'm trying to go back to Spotify for so Woo! I don't even know where my own apps are on my phone. Anyway, that song, well, pretty much that whole album is fucking awesome. I don't know if you've heard of Gatsby's American Dream, but if you haven't, now you have. And I highly recommend adding all of their songs onto all of your Spotify playlists, because that's kind of what I have done. Yeah. That album, so that's their self-titled album. That album also has a song called Filthy Beasts, and I have officially decided that is YouTube, CSAC, and Green Day's theme song. Maybe we'll listen to it later. Anyway, hello. Long time no see, everybody. Look at this. Scooter Smith coming in hot. Hello, my beautiful Courtney. How are you? Well, you know what? I am about to give you guys a little breakdown on how I am in just a moment here. Have you considered giving the AI singer of your theme song a name, like a pet or a car? No, but you know what? Maybe we can do that. Maybe we should do that. KG Fury, like a horning angel. A horn. I like it. You know what? I'm into it. I don't fully understand it, but whatever. Hi, Colt C. Hello. So, Chris Mack up in the house. Good to see you back. Good to see you, Chris Mack. Last week, I thought I scared you away. No, but your retarded friends did, and I don't like them. Anyway, I don't want to talk about them. We're not trying to fucking bring that shit back into this mess or into this atmosphere. So last week, I thought I was Wonder Woman. I don't know. Like, I just which retarded friends? No, we're not talking about them. We're just not going to talk about them. You can go back and watch the last stream to get a grasp. Oh, no, I don't know if they're your retarded friends, Chris. It was Captain Miserable's retarded friends. Now, so last week I thought I had a kind of a handle on things, trying to balance out Penelope and stuff that was going on with her and streaming. Honestly, it seems like that should be pretty simple, you know, because oh yeah, whatever, man. Like, I'm just here, and then and my dog is here, and then I can tend to my dog as needed and whatever. But it was the sleepless nights that were really getting to me, because she was waking up nonstop, and it was very rough. I didn't realize how sleep deprived I was. And then on Monday, I was already just really frustrated with a combination of things, and trying to put energy into figuring out how to navigate each and every one of those things individually. And then on top of that, again, caring for Penelope, who is still, right now, I sometimes forget to give her medicine because she's doing so much better. And the whole idea is to be able to give her less and less. So that's good. But then Cricket. So on Monday, I was already really frustrated and trying to figure out the ins and outs of stuff. And I had Goodnight Mister helped out a lot. He gave me a shit ton of information, but he gave me a shit ton of information. And so I had to like sort through all the shit ton of information. And unfortunately, like, I know we joke about me being retarded or whatever, but like I am actually mentally disabled. And so like trying to like read everything without trying to like jump ahead, and then also which is like a huge issue for me, like I can read, yes. But if I'm like, oh, I got the gist of this, okay, and then my brain wants to bounce forward and like skip ahead, and then on top of that, comprehending the actual point of what I'm reading versus comprehending what I've decided it means, it's like it's a huge problem for me to like to be able to read everything that's presented in front of me, uh take it for like what it truly is, and then being able to apply it or like navigate around it. It just makes it really difficult. So trying to navigate that, and then, you know, making sure that my dog is okay. And then the other dog, so Cricket had like a semi-emergency on Monday where she crashed her face into the ground, but like not from like height of any sort. It was just her, she's just standing. She's just standing there on the floor, and Chongus is an idiot and dropped her treat. And so Cricket jumped towards it, and next thing you know, her mouth, like her jaw was swollen and bleeding. And the thing is that at the time I didn't realize it. Like, she didn't whimper or anything, and she didn't express any type of pain. So at one point I just go back into my bedroom. I'm sitting on my bed, I'm kind of hanging out doing whatever, and I notice that there's blood all over my blanket. And I'm like, excuse me, what is happening here? And then I see little droplets of blood on her mouth. And then suddenly I've noticed that she has a big old swollen mouth. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And she wasn't showing any signs of pain. And by that point, like, the actual bleeding was stopped. Like, the droplets of blood had already happened. Do they have her on gabapentin? No, it was a cough suppressant that she had, like, out of nowhere. I guess I think that it's like allergy bronchitis or something. But yeah, I took them on a walk, and next thing you know, like later that afternoon, following morning, she was like, she couldn't stop coughing. She was having gnarly coughing fits, and it was just terrible. So it just seems as though I guess the allergy bronchitis will go away. And so the cough suppressant just helps her get through that. So, and with Penelope, like, that started over the weekend. And so by Monday, it wasn't an emergency, but she needed to get seen sooner than later. So I had to get a same day appointment for her, which costs extra money. And then for Cricket, thankfully it wasn't like an emergency. Like, she wasn't gushing blood. She wasn't showing signs of pain. And the swelling did go down pretty quickly. But I needed to get her in as soon as possible. So thankfully when I called, though, they had a cancellation for Wednesday morning. And so I was like, I'll take it. Just please, like, let me get her in. But now she needs to have like dental surgery. She definitely, so the thing is that, like, she definitely needs to get her teeth cleaned. And there is some like dental disease happening. And so the doctor said essentially, like, the combination of her like gum issues and then hitting it, that's what made it swell and bleed. So if she didn't have any of the dental disease, it wouldn't have done anything. And if she didn't bump her face into anything, that wouldn't have irritated the infection. So yeah, trying to navigate like my pets and just being kind of annoyed. It just started off with being like this is an irritant. This is frustrating. I've seen this happen with people before, like many people who like share anything on the internet, whether they're a streamer or they just do long form content or whatever. Like they have to navigate the same kind of things I had to navigate, and I've seen it many a time. And so like, it just was like, now that I'm on the side of trying to navigate it and combat it and all that. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. What even is going on even? So, but yeah, I did learn a lot. I'm still of the belief that CSAC especially, but also Green Day and YouTube hate disabled women. And they are filthy beasts. Anyway, so that's essentially what's been going on. And of course today I tried to set up the stream on Kick, and StreamYard said that it wasn't communicating with Kick. So that's cool. I'm going to have to figure out, here we go. I might have to do like a test stream of some sort and see if maybe there's something I could do there where I don't know. But as usual, yes, I forgot what I was saying mid-sentence. Are we surprised? No, but yeah, so I just think I need to be able to do like a quick little test run of going live elsewhere other than YouTube. Because if it's successful on YouTube but nowhere else, then I'd rather not go be live on YouTube at the moment and try to just test elsewhere to make sure that I have the right stuff in order. Because maybe with Kick I can only do it on OBS, and to be honest, like I didn't do my due diligence, and I really didn't figure as much out with OBS as I needed to, because with OBS, like there's a way you can have a panel on OBS, and there's like an easy way of doing it where you can just invite people on. Restream works with Kick. You know what? And the thing is with Restream is it's a lot less expensive, and Kick, I think that like they're like meant to work with each other, because I'm pretty sure when I was trying to set stuff up with Kick, it was like telling me to use Restream. Like it was like, yeah, Restream, do that. So I might just go that route. But with OBS, like OBS is really straightforward. There are certain things that you just have to like understand. You just have to understand like where. You just have to understand some of the words, right? So like some of the words just don't really for me, like they don't have make sense. And then once you figure out what all those different words mean, it starts to make more sense. So I was trying to use what is like meant to be used with OBS. Like they have like I think it's called Ninja something. It feels so it feels so like 2005. So I don't know if like I don't know if I should just use something else outside of the one that's meant for OBS to have a panel on. And like, let's be real, I don't really have a lot of people on my stream very often anyway, right? So maybe I just need to only use OBS for a little while, for a couple months, until I decide what where exactly I want to be streaming and what I want to do, like what I want to use. Because I don't know, I like OBS. I like using OBS, and I'm not. I don't know. I feel like you just have. There's a lot more hands on with OBS. It's not as. What's the word? I'm not gonna say that necessarily it's not as user friendly, because it is user friendly. You just, again, you have to understand some of the words. But again, if you want to use OBS for streaming and you want to have a panel, you don't necessarily have to use the Ninja whatever for OBS. You can also use like Zoom. You don't. So there is that. Like I suppose I could just do something that way too. I don't know, but I just need to figure it out. But like you said, Chris, I think using Restream might just be fine, because again, like, it's less expensive, less intuitive. Well, yeah, that's the thing. So with OBS, like, it's free, right? And so what happens is that you have to do a lot more with it, right? So with like with StreamYard, it's all just like a template right there for you. So you just push a few buttons, maybe upload a thing here or there, and then you call it good. With OBS, like, you go into like, okay, well, here's scene, and then you have to, okay, here's my audio input, here's my audio output, here's my what is it? What? Here's my video capture. There we go. And then if you want to, right now, if I wanted to like share an image or a link or whatever, I just hit present and then I just click on the thing. Whereas I guess it's somewhat similar, but you go through, like, you hit media and then you choose, like, if it's in a browser, then you choose the link and then you add it in there, and then all this stuff, right? And then if you want to just show, like the other day when I was showing like pictures of when I was ugly, I just click on the picture, I click present, and then call it good. Whereas with OBS, you would need to go specifically, again, in the sources, and you would hit plus, and then you would choose image, something or other, instead of browser, right? So there's just a little bit more navigating around it. So, and since you are just doing, since you aren't paying for it, it doesn't do it for yourself, for you. It does it, like, you have to do it, you have to tell it a little bit more. So it's just a little bit, like, a few extra steps, and you have to actually know, what, maybe I can show everyone. I don't understand any of this. I'm going to tell you right now, Andrea, I didn't understand it at all for the longest time. And let me tell you, I was using OBS, learning how to just record videos with it. And it was really frustrating, because I was trying to figure out, like, how do people do, like, reaction commentary, right? And so, like, you have a little window in the corner, and you're like all this stuff. And so some people will use or like edit it in later, and I'm like, there's no way I could do that, because I'm not gonna memorize what I was watching while I was recording that. Right. So, like, how do you put the window in there? But then, like, okay, here's how you can, like, add that part, the little window there, right? That makes it easy. But then you have to choose what's going in that little window, right? So then it was a lot for me. Now I'm like, I don't even know how I didn't understand that. But then again, now there's the little bump in the road where I'm trying to get around doing, somewhat similar stuff for streaming, because it's going to be a little bit different. And also, I mean, it feels just a little bit clunky, or as Sam says, ugly. It feels a little bit clunky when you're trying to just simply share something on a screen while you're streaming, and you have to do all these, like, extra steps to try and do it, because you have to tell it, like, what type of media you want to share. Are you sharing something from a website? Are you sharing something that is from, saved to your computer? Like, where are we going with that? And then background music. I don't know. Is there background? Can you play background music while streaming through OBS? I don't even know. I have to figure that out. So I don't know. I think that, but again, back to, my issues earlier is that like StreamYard wasn't able to communicate with Kick. So I might have to hit up one of my IT guys and see if they can, if they have time to do a little testing in some of our other areas of streamage. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. I don't know why I'm like messing around with everything here. Oh, I know I am, because I'm disabled. Well, my disability tells me I have to move all the time. All the time! I feel like the music's a little bit loud. Where do I find the music? Okay. So anyway, I'll be honest, I didn't feel like streaming very much at all today, but it was kind of one of those things where, how like if you don't feel like doing something, whether it's exercising or like working on something or whatever, kind of figuring out the difference between I need some rest versus I need motivation. And so Monday, it was definitely I need some rest. Tuesday, it was definitely need some rest. Yesterday was kind of a mix between things. It was more so that like I had to take Cricket to the vet in the morning, and then I had a couple errands that I needed to run, and I was like, I would rather exercise than anything else, and I feel like I'm kind of running into I'm gonna like start rushing myself to hurry up and do some streaming, and then I don't really have anything planned because I've been just trying to like get a little bit of rest. So I just thought, no, I'd rather exercise. And then that way, and so I took the dogs on like an extra long walk. Well, I have to walk them separately because they're but anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, so I took the dogs on their walks, and I just made them long and relaxing. And then I had my own little workout, and I just thought, okay, we're just gonna do we're just gonna do this for ourselves, and then if we have time, we have time. Otherwise, and I just thought, never mind. I don't care if I have time. What is my disability? Fun fact: ADHD is a disability, and it's funny. So I have it like the most. So I tested in the 99th percentile of women my age with ADHD. And my brother got mad at me because I was like, and I'm a disabled woman. And he was like, no, you're not. I was like, yes, actually I am. The medical experts say that I am. The government says that I am. So yeah. And here's the thing. I really just want to talk about, like, say it so that I can use it with like as like a victim card. You hate disabled people. Because I don't know. I mean, the thing is that I do recognize how there are things like how I navigate certain situations. Again, like I was talking before, like how I process information, especially when I'm just trying to read it. Like if I'm just reading something to myself, the comprehension is so much different than if somebody like reads it to me, or if I'm like reading it and then I'm discussing it as I go. It's like a light years different. But oftentimes it's easier for me to fully grasp what I'm reading, especially if it's like, for legal reasons, or if it's like like this is some serious shit and you need to understand it type stuff. That's where it gets really really rough for me. I'm like, I don't because I immediately start panicking. Like if I do misinterpret one of these things, or if I don't understand what's going on or whatever, like it becomes like a kind of a nightmare. So because I overthink everything. But I wonder if I still have. I know that I have the results. I wonder. Let's see. The results from my. I took multiple tests for my ADHD. So there was. I mean, for this first one isn't actually like a test. It's a. What's the word? I don't know. It's basically like a oh man, every time I think I know the word, I don't know the word. So essentially, like they asked me a bunch of questions about myself, and then they wanted somebody else who knew me pretty well to also fill out those same questions. And it was stuff like, is this person late all the time? Are they yeah, that's what I did. Oh, are you trying to help me figure out the word? I get, you know what, honestly, okay, evaluate, because I think it was like it was like an evaluation type thing. Yeah, okay. I pick up what you're laying down now. I'm like, what do you mean? I did go to a psychiatrist. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, okay, we're on the same page now. See, that's anyway. But yeah, I was just asking like questions like, oh, what's their like typical not mood, but like temperament, whatever. I don't even remember. There's like 30 or so questions on this. And then they do this thing where they strap like this headband thing around your head. And you have to like play a game where they put like a bunch of images on the screen. And it's either a triangle, a circle, or a square. And it's either red or blue. And you push the little button and then, oh wait, what? You push a button every time an identical image comes up on the screen. What? Every time an image comes up on the screen, and then like if you see the identical one come up next. And my results were no. No, no, I know it's me, it's not you, it's me. Because I was like, well, oftentimes, to be honest, like I'm used to people trying to tell me like that I'm wrong about certain things when it comes to my condition, and I'm like, wait, what? The name of the test, so the name of the test is a QB test. Yeah, and it's supposed to, so like tracks like your brain activity while you're doing the test, but then it also keeps track of like what you're doing throughout the test. And it was saying like my results were, I'm gonna have to find the results. The results were kind of embarrassing because it shows like a side by side of what the brain activity looks like. So there's like a little T, and then in the middle there's like a little dot, and that it was like, yeah, women your age, how their brain activity is. And mine looked like a freaking mutated spider with like 45 broken legs. Like it's just all over the place. And then it said that I was pushing the button at the wrong time. Like it said that I pushed the button. I think it said I pushed the button 5 times when nothing happened. Like nothing was on the screen. And then I think it was less that I pushed. I think it was like 3 times maybe where I pushed the button, but it was there was something on the screen, but it was not the identical one. It wasn't the so it was like a red square popped up and then like a blue circle popped up, and I still hit the button. I mean, I know that I sent this. I know that I sent it to a bunch of people. I know also that it's sitting on my bookshelf. Let me see that. What was my email address at my last job? Does anyone remember? Not my last job, the one before that. Was this it? Oh, it might have been. I think it was. Ew. 2020. Oh no, it was in 2020 that I sent this. Right. This is it. This is the one. Okay, cool. All right, let's just see. I think this is the one I want to share. Okay. Andrea was asking me a couple questions. I want to answer her. Am I medicated? Yes. And get this. So when I first was medicated, it was a journey. I went through, there was the one doctor who wasn't listening to me much at all. Where I was trying to explain that, so he really wanted me on these extended release, this extended release medication that was way too expensive for me. Like at the time, I didn't have insurance, and the medication, I think it came out to it was like close to $800, and it was that one plus another one. And I was like, I can't, like, that I don't have insurance right now. Like, that I don't have a job. Like, I can't afford this. Like, even if this was like the miracle drug, like I just can't do this on a regular basis. So like, I need to try something else. And it really bothered him a lot. And but he was like, okay, well, let's just try something else. So then he had me on. This part was really confusing. I didn't realize this, but so there's dextroamphetamine, and then there's dextroamphetamine, right? So dextroamphetamine, just that, is dextroamphetamine, but amphetamine is Adderall. I don't understand, but I've actually felt like the dextroamphetamine, the instant release, was working just fine. And then he was like, oh, if that works, let's do the extended release. And I was like, the extended release isn't working. And so he got really annoyed with that. So, because, and what first started was, or happened with that whole transition to those medications, was he was like, okay, but I want you to come back in like a couple of weeks, but my schedule fills up really fast. And so, if you, when you're rebooking your appointment for, to come follow up in a couple of weeks, I would say that if there isn't if I don't have anything available for you that is going to work out for you, go see this other doctor instead. Like, he's in the same clinic, so we'll be able to share notes really easily, blah, 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 whatever. So, I came back, I followed up with that doctor, and then I was going to come back a while later, for, I think, like I don't know, probably just like a refill on meds. I don't really know. And so that appointment, I was like, okay, the extended release just isn't doing it for me. Like, immediate release is a lot better. And he was like, well, so there was like a back and forth going on. And he was like, fine, whatever, I'll just write this prescription for you now. And then, you can just come back and see like me or that other doctor or whatever. Like, he obviously just didn't want me to come back to see him again. And so I scheduled an appointment with him. And then I don't want to see too much about this because I don't really want I don't think anyone's going to figure it out. But I thankfully actually knew somebody who worked at that clinic, like personally. I'd known her for like 20 years. And so I just so happened to had shared something like on social media. I was like, I don't know what to do about this. Like, because I don't really know what other doctor I'm going to go see. Like, I already know that it's like this medication works. And I just don't really, I don't know what to do. And so she reached out. She's like, don't tell anybody that I said this, because like I really shouldn't. but there's another doctor in the clinic. I think that maybe you should check that person out before leaving the clinic altogether. You might have a better chance with this one. So I was like, all right. And so I went and saw that doctor, and wow, huge difference. But she also realized that the reason why the extended release medications weren't working was because and I've talked about this before, but I have a genetic mutation in my blood that doesn't allow like proper like methylation in the body. So like when the body knows like, oh yeah, these nutrients go here and these nutrients go here and blah, blah, blah. And then like, because of that, blood flow doesn't work properly. So like, I don't get like the proper amount of blood flow to my brain, mainly the prefrontal cortex, which again, directly affects the ADHD. So that doctor found that out, and I didn't at the time. I think there was something going on there where I don't know if she was not. I just remember her being like, the test is like extremely expensive, and so until we can get you like, okay, and until we can like get you to a place where you can afford taking the test, we're just going to have you take this supplement instead. So then I think it was like a year later, she retired. Oh. So I was seeing another doctor in that clinic, and he worked really well. I mean, he was always like, this is a testing place that you can go to that I always refer my patients to. And so like that place, the test was only $4. So, but I mean, my insurance covered like all of it, obviously. But wow, that was a whole tangent. But anyway, so the doctor that originally was like, yeah, I think that you have this like issue you have this MTHFR gene, and that's what's causing the extended release to not work. She also, like, I told her, I think she like misunderstood what I was saying, but I was explaining to her like at one point in time when I took Adderall, and she was, I don't know, like she was like, okay, I'm going to write you this prescription. It was a lot. So it was more than what the DEA and FDA approved of. So we had to do like separate prescriptions. And so that like my insurance would cover some of it and all this stuff. And it was a hassle every freaking month. However, I will say, there's a huge difference in the way my brain was operating at that point in time, than it does now that I'm like taking less. And I don't know, man, I just think that maybe the FDA and the DEA need to probably like, I just need to sit down and have a chat with them about this situation, because I was very thorough with everything. I was also very good at really managing like my eating habits and all this stuff. Like I was like very diligent with everything. Like I was very, no matter what, I was exercising every single day. I was able to like I was gonna say take care of my dogs, but I was like really freaking on top of it. Waking up at 4 a.m. to make sure that all of my dogs were properly taken care of before I left for work by 5:45. Easy. Getting home and immediately walking my dogs after work, no problem. I didn't have a single issue. But now, like now that I'm taking less, it just seems like I can't do anything right at all. But now I take just enough to be fully aware of what a fucking piece of shit I am. So there's that. Gino, what? What are you doing here, you scoundrel? Just kidding. Hi, Gino. Hello. Hi. And then Andrea asked me also, have you had a lot of jobs? I don't know if you would consider it like a lot. There was one job I had for 9 years, and then I left, to work at this restaurant, and I got fired from the restaurant. Like, I've been fired, I think, I don't know how many times, like 3, for having too much personality. So the first one, it was this restaurant, and it's actually kind of funny because, like, I think a year or 2 later, I ran into this guy at a bowling alley that I worked at the restaurant, and he apologized to me for basically being there. Why am I still sharing this? He apologized to me for being the reason why I basically the reason why I got fired. I had no idea he was even part of it, but like when they were letting me go, they were like, yeah, you have like a really big personality and it's really off-putting for some of the other people. They think that you're really arrogant. I think that you have a great personality, blah, blah. I'm like, you're the fucking boss. Tell them to shut the fuck up and get over it. What? Like, what are we doing here? What? Who's the boss here? Who's the boss? Why am I forgetting his name? It's not Alyssa Milano. But yeah, so that guy was obviously very pussy whipped. He didn't even know how to manage his own restaurant. But anyway, after that, I basically worked for a friend. I was like nannying for them for a brief time. But then, you know, the mom decided to like, Tony Danza, thank you. I was like, why am I know that I don't even know what name I was thinking in my head, but I knew that wasn't right. Because I was definitely not thinking Tony Danza. Thank you. Tony Danza is the boss. But yeah, so like until she like stepped down at work and decided to like be at home with her kids more or something. I don't really know what was going on. But then I worked, I went to beauty school, and I was working 2 jobs during that time. And I quit one of them, but then I got a job at a salon, and that salon was also one of the companies that fired me for having too much personality. And then that's when I tried to go through my like office lady era, you know, where I really thought that I wanted to, you know, working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. And that, I did 3 of those. There was one, and then I did another one. And here's the thing. So that one, that's the second to last job I have. I actually like, that's one job where for like the majority of the time I worked there, I really loved working there. Like I genuinely loved working there. And I mean, granted, I did have, that's where I've talked about him before. That's where I had my friend Greg, who hit a bird while driving, that whole situation. But, like I really liked working there. And I know that it was very stressful for me though. I know that I had like, there were obstacles, and they kind of did me dirty, to be honest. Like they were creating this new position that was, like kind of a step between the position I had and, like maybe one of the senior managers. No, well, I don't know. Yeah, because it was like a manager title, whatever. And so I was the president of the company invited me into his office and was like, hey, I just want to talk to you about like the people have been leaving lately because of like this, that, and the other thing. And I just want to make sure to cover some ground and not lose more people. And so I want to get your perspective on things, since I've already gotten feedback from the people who've left. But where do you stand? And so like I, you know, kind of explained, like, I don't think that we have, you know, proper training where like we don't have anything, like if you're new and you're taught something, like there's not like a Come on. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, cool. We got other people who are a little bit more on top of it now, but all right, folks. Apologies, but yeah. So with that job, I liked it, but I think that there were some stuff that was kind of a, I don't know, kind of a bummer for me, and I think that at the end of the day, I probably just wasn't supposed to be working there forever anyway, and I just needed to leave at some point in time, so I did. And then I had my last job where that was also that one was definitely not for me. It was like the second that I started that job, I was like, oh, buddy, not good. So here I am. And yeah. So I guess like for some people that is like a lot. That might be a lot of jobs, but like there was also, I met a girl when I was talking about how I felt like I wasn't really like I don't know. I felt like I maybe had been working a lot of jobs or whatever, but I'd only have like 5. And she's like, "Oh, I've had 36 jobs." And I was like, 36 jobs. Like, I don't know how, like, I don't know. But I mean, she was definitely a, like she said she would go there and like start working. And then within like a couple of days or whatever, she'd be like, this isn't for me. And she would just leave. And I'm like, oh, well, I'd like to be able to do that, but I can't. An older woman's approach to life. How old am I? But yes, so that's the whole ADD journey there, I guess, is I take medication. And it's considered a disability. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if he means like old. Like there's an older woman's approach to life. Look, man. How old do you think I am? I mean, he probably already knows. He might know if he's saying he wants me to come hang out on the Catalano network. He might already know that I'm a bit of an old woman. I've been around. No, Joey Catalano, you're very wrong. I am not 47. No, I'm not. But thanks for playing. Anyway, so like I was saying, oh, well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna like agree to be on someone's show over the over a stream anyway. you can reach out like everyone else has. But anyway, so like I was saying before, I'm probably going to just need to discuss testing out streaming elsewhere because, you know, like I said, the Kick channel it wasn't communicating with StreamYard. So I'm just gonna have to test stuff out with the IT guys and sort it out from there. But yeah, so like I was saying before, I'm gonna share this again. Let's see here. Yeah, this is the one I want to share. So the one here on the left, that's the results of neurotypical women. Then there's the results. Those are my ADHD results. So as you can see, yes, I have a very overactive brain. And even if I do sleep for a full night, my brain just doesn't turn off. What's with all the spam? I don't know. I think someone got their fifis hurt once, and which is like that's part of the reason why I was already kind of like I don't really want to stream on YouTube. I enjoyed streaming, but obviously, I would rather be somewhere where these people don't hang out. Cause like, like if you don't like me, then just leave me alone. Go away. Oh well. But yeah, what was I there? Okay, there's another part of the Did the spammers impact you wanting to be on YouTube? Kind of. I mean, that was actually one thing that I was taking into consideration, even like wanting to do any of this kind of stuff, was hearing people's stories of just being treated very poorly by other people on the internet. And I was like, okay, well, I have to take into consideration what's just like dumb shit that you kind of ignore and like whatever. But the thing is that the people who do this kind of stuff, for me, it makes me on high alert, and I start to become very concerned for my safety. Because if they have all this time on their hands to do this kind of shit, what else are they gonna do? And like if you have that much like hate for somebody that you want to waste your time doing that stuff to them, which I mean it's minor, but like what else are you going to do? I mean, when you hear about some of the wild shit that's happened to people who've been swatted and stuff, I'm like, there's just no, like, I'm not willing to put myself and my family at risk for that. And so I just was like, why would I want to, like, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just live why don't I just stay on under the radar and be anonymous forever? But at the end of the day, they're not everywhere, and they do this to people every once in a while. I don't know how often they do it or whatever, but like it can't happen forever. And there are ways of navigating that kind of stuff. It's just it makes you not do it. It makes one not want to do it as often as they do. Like it makes a person not want to stream very often or whatever. Especially with how much I was doing it for a while there. Like kind of makes you want to scale things back a little bit and go like, I don't know how much I really want to do this because kind of sucks. But again, like yeah, I mean they're not going to go away forever. But the thing is that like there are ways of curbing it, and there are ways of yeah, like good night, mistress. I just need some time to set things up. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But anyway, there are some there I'm going to double check something real quick, okay? Hold, please. I found it. Oh, Penelope. Oh, see, I forgot to give Penelope her meds again because she just like doesn't cough as much as she used to. Yeah, hi, puppy. She's just, you guys. Oh man, these dogs are so funny. Okay, so it says here. Wait. Where's the part? Oh my god. See, I'm probably just jumping ahead and don't really like. So here, let's see here. There's a commission error. Yeah, I think that's the one, the commission error. Yeah, because I think it came with another thing. I think it came with another thing that like actually fully broke down. Yep, don't care about that. But so this essentially, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's commission error. And so there's correct response, which seems like it's a lot of them. And then there's commission error and outliers. So I think the commission error was when I like pushed the button, nothing was happening on the screen. And then the outliers were like I pushed the button on the screen or push the button when something was on the screen, but it wasn't the identical image. And so that would make sense because it's showing here that it looks like there's 2 outliers and there's 6 commission errors, which I mean, I know I said that I think it was like 5 and 3, but like close enough, right? So let's see here. Now I don't remember which folder I took that from. Oh, it wasn't this one because this one was snapshot. Okay. I don't think you guys. Oh. Okay, so now, woo, man, there's like a lot of. There's a lot of stuff from the beginning, the early days of the diagnosis. Hi, honey. Do you want to come up here? As you can see, her face is no longer swollen, but I was waiting for a call back from the vet to schedule her dental surgery. Yeah, I was just saying, if you have dogs and you're like trying to save up for a car, I'm sure If you just got rid of the dogs, you could get the car. No, I'd rather have the dogs, but still, man. Woo! That's a big thing, especially with dogs. So I had a cat for a few years. She was already pretty old. She was one of those I got her like how anybody can get, like, the only cats I've ever had in my life, by the way, I got them exactly how you expect to get a cat. The very first cat I ever had when I was a kid, I don't know if I've shared this story before, but the very first cat I ever had when I was a kid, she became our cat because she wouldn't stop breaking into the house. Right after my parents split up, my mom would drop us off at my grandma's house every weekend on Friday nights, and then Sunday afternoon we would come back to that. She would pick us back up, and there's this cat hanging out in the front window, and like the blinds were, we had like cheap, shitty Venetian blinds, right? Or like, I don't know what they were made out of, like some type of like aluminum or something. I don't really know. But she broke out like a little square in there so that she could get through and sit in front of the blinds in the window and like wave at us when we came home. We're like, how did this cat get in the house? So eventually we were just like, well, I mean, we can let it in the front door. We don't know how else it's getting into the house. And that happened every weekend for probably like, I don't know, a month or two. And then this other cat that I got, and that cat was like, she was fine. Like, we never had to take her to the vet. We never had any issues with her. She was an outdoor cat, blah, blah, blah. This other cat, it was kind of not like the same situation, but it was kind of just an accidental, what's the word? Anyway, I got the cat on accident. So her dad was moving, and he, for some reason, I don't really understand this, but every time he would move anywhere, he would acquisition. Thank you, Sam. But every time he moved, he would need to leave his cat with somebody else for like a few weeks, if not longer. And I don't know why, because like when I moved, I think I moved like 3 different times when I had her. I didn't have to leave her anywhere. I even misspelled it. You know what though? I figured it out. I knew what you meant. In fact, is that how? Anyway, listen, I used to be like top-notch speller. All right. I used to read. All through school, I was always like 2 to 3 grades ahead of everybody else when it came to reading. My grammar was perfect. All right. The whole shebang. And then texting became a thing. And it just, social media in general, and just trying to like communicate with other people who don't I don't want to like, I don't know. I don't want to be rude when I say it, but like basically don't communicate the same way, right? Like they don't have what was I trying to say? I already derailed my thought process, but just like the grammar isn't like their strong suit or what have you, right? Like trying to communicate like with them, because I know that there are certain ways of speaking that would be, I don't know, I guess like easier to comprehend or what have you. And so like that all just melted my brain so much that I'm looking at the word acquisition and I'm like, I don't know if that is correct or not, which 20 years ago, I'd have been like, well, guess what? This is how it's spelled. Right? Like fucking nerd. And now I'm like, I don't know anymore. I second guess everything I do. But yeah, so Coco the cat, yeah, every time I moved, when I had her, I didn't have to drop her off anywhere. So I don't know what was going on there. But when the previous owner was, when he was moving, he asked if she could stay with me for a brief time, and I was like, I don't know. Well, okay, fine, because I was in an apartment, and I like, I don't want to break the rules with the whole pet deposits and shit, but I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't know, I don't care. And then he was just like, I don't know, it seems like she likes you a lot, so you can keep her. And I was like, oh my god, what? And she just stayed with me for a few years, but I didn't have to take her to the vet ever at all either, right? And so it's not like I don't think cats like get sick ever at all. It just seems, in my experience, the cats that I've had were, I guess, way healthier than my dogs. I don't really know, because like Boots, man, he went from being just fine to $17,000 of medical bills. Then you got Cricket and her seizures. Penelope, there's something new with her all the time. It's just like, why is it so much harder with dogs? Yeah, with cats, like, I think part of it is when with them being outside animals, and they roam around a bit, and then they're like, okay, this is my friend, like I'm gonna hang out with that person, and then they just stick around. That's like kind of the normal way of obtaining a cat, because with dogs, like, you don't just let them roam free, right? Like they're not, you don't have like, is this an outdoor dog or an indoor dog? Like, no, it's just like, that's your dog that lives there. I don't know, why is it like that though? Is it because like, yeah, I don't really get it. My cousin moved to Georgia, and she had 2 dogs. And when she moved to Georgia, it was like night and day the way that she cares for them. Now, granted, for like a while there, she had them. They just hung out in the house the same way that they always did. And then one day they escaped, and they were gone for like a week. But then they came home, and then after that, she was just kind of like, well, whatever. Like, I guess they just kind of roam the streets every once in a while. Like, they're just outdoor dogs. Dogs are dangerous when they're feral. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like there was one day I remember like walking my dogs, and there was one dog that was just kind of out and about, like roaming free. And I'm like, there's no way if like anything happens between them, that I'm going to be able to break it up. And like, it's just when I remember my aunt and uncle had a dog, or had a cat. His name was Harold, and he didn't have he was declawed in the front paws, but he had thumbs. We would hear him fighting with other cats, and we're just like, yeah, whatever. Like he would like box them a little bit and then leave. And so like there's also that. Whereas like if dogs start fighting, like that's bad. Whereas cats fighting, it's just sort of like, that's another day, whatever. So yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, let's see here. Oh, well, this is nice. Hello, Jordan. Hope everybody enjoys doing well in chat. And you also, Courtney. Take care, sweetie. God bless. Thank you. Ooh, look at all these new friends, guys. Hi, DS. Hello. Good to see you. But yeah, what was I thinking? I don't know. I just realized that I was like going off on like multiple tangents. So now I don't even know the reason why I started any sentence that I did start. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing the hair, because I didn't really have a plan for today at all. I That's what I have to say about that. Oh my God. Let me just make a bunch of faces at you guys. You know what? Here, let's something. Yep. I'm gonna check and see what oh no. All right, listen. In about 15 or so minutes, I can push it off a little bit. But there what was I gonna say? The dogs need medicine at some point, right? Okay. So because of that, I'm gonna have to at least step away for a brief moment to make sure that they get their medicine, but that doesn't take very long. All right. And then let's see here. I just want to double check and see, because there was a bunch of stuff that we that like Chris did a lot of research on, so that was really nice of him. And I wanted to touch base on one of those things at some point in time. I should probably get up and do a little mobility stuff though. Because I've been sitting here for over an hour. I need to make it a point to do my little mobility movements at least 10 times a day, once every hour. That's the new goal, is mobility movements every hour, at least 10 times a day, right? So that is in addition to walking the dogs for an hour, and then also in addition to getting an actual workout. So, this is another one. Not like that. What did I miss? Did I watch The Penguin? No, I don't. I am not really like a movie watcher. The last time I went to the theater to see a movie was the Barbie movie, and before that, I don't remember the last time I went to see a movie in theaters. And then, yeah. Well, because like some of the movies that I really like, I've seen like 958,000 times. And so then I'm like, well, how am I supposed to have time to watch a new movie or what have you? If I'm going to watch these other movies. But then on top of that, like, I don't have the money to go to a movie. I just don't. So there's that. Here is this thing. Road Rage Mondays. Actually, I should have touched base on this a little bit earlier. Here's the thing. Oh, mini series on Hulu. Oh, you know what? Here's the thing. I forget that I have Hulu. Okay, I might see what about something with that. But Road Rage Mondays. So here's the thing. I've realized I don't think that I am cut out for a call-in show. I think that was another thing that kind of I had to like try and sort out. Is I just I'm not good at like reining it in and like moving on, obviously. And so if we're gonna do that, if someone's going to be derailing, it should just be me. I don't think that it's going to really work out very well if someone calls in and then now we have two people who are not reining it in very well. So until I don't think that's a good idea. Now, granted, we still have the Road Rage email address, and so we can still have people write in with their Road Rage stories. And I don't know, perhaps I'll muster up some reminders of some Road Rage stories. But Yeah, until I know how to be like a proper host when it comes to taking in phone calls, I just don't think I should be taking in phone calls. It's not good. So yeah, there is that. And then also, let's see. I'll wait until Chris is here for some of the stuff that he has researched, because I don't think I wouldn't be here for the party. So there's that. Yeah. I don't know. There's some certain things I'm like, should I talk about this? I don't even know, because I feel like it's just so different from what I've already rambled on about. But I was thinking about it. Do we now? I'm saying this as a person who like was very ignorant about this very recently, or up until very recently, and I'm still not like fully well versed on this, but like, are we fully aware of the judges and the DAs in our districts, and like what they do, and like if they turn out to be like terribly corrupt, like how to get rid of them and all this stuff? Because I'm thinking like, maybe I just need to do like a whole separate channel on this or something, because obviously here we like to party, but like like there's one situation that really irks me a lot is and I really actually need to go back and get all the details of this particular case if I really want to fully talk about it. But there was a judge, and I'm trying to remember, I'm pretty sure it was Cheryl and Daryl that talked about this person at one point in time, but there was a judge that decided not to convict. Like, I don't even think it was like the sentencing was mild. I think she just chose not to convict a child enthusiast because he apologized. Like it was because he admitted to it. That was what it was. He admitted to what he had done, and that shows that he's aware that what he did was wrong. So he didn't need to be charged with anything. If you heard about this case in your area, wouldn't you want to get rid of that judge immediately? I would. Or how about the judge that, like with the whole Britney Spears case, like the lawyers that were trying to like get a hearing in front of the judge, they were waiting for a specific judge to be available, because they knew that because as they were I think they were trying to speed up or like trying to get in at a certain time, but they knew that the judge that they were going to see wasn't going to side with them giving or force feeding Britney Spears medications that she didn't need. And so they were waiting for a specific judge to be available for this. And then on top of that, that specific judge that would allow them to forcefully medicate her, just blindly believed the documents that were forged that stated that she had dementia. So the judge did not even require an actual medical evaluation or anything. She just went, oh, she has dementia? Sure. And allowed this horrific abuse to happen to this poor woman it was 12 years before we started seeing anything happen. But let's be real, I'm not convinced that the conservatorship is over. So this abuse is continuing to happen to this woman. And all that whole thing started because the alcoholic father who could never hold down a job got upset that she wanted out of the music industry and started saving money for her children and wanted and was making sure that her dad couldn't have any access to it. Don't you want to get rid of that, Judge? Or when we talk about the DA, let me see something really quick. Hold, please. Because it. Oh no! I minimized the wrong a window. This one. For a second, I thought you said that you didn't like the music that I was playing. And I was like, I'll stop it. I'm sorry. But no, the music industry is gross. The music industry is freaking terrible. But when I think about like the Casey Anthony case, that was botched. Like the jury, not at fault at all. It was the prosecutor's issues. So should we not hold the prosecutors to a higher standard? What do we do in this situation? Because they're how else are they getting paid other than us, right? Or just considering like Thomas Binger, we all know there's a specific case out there that never should have gone to trial ever, and he knows that. He knows that. He knew that he used it as a for some political comeuppance or whatever, and wasn't even didn't even care about an American citizen. Conservatorships are messy. Conservatorships are unconstitutional. Unconstitutional. Forwards and backwards. Unconstitutional. If you look at what has happened to the millionaires in the entertainment industry, Bam Margera, Wendy Williams, Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, they weren't crazy before the conservatorship. But they had people around them that wanted to take their money, and they knew that they were in jeopardy of not being able to take that money. And so they faked some shit and put them in very vulnerable positions. And it's awful. Honestly, that's the one thing about Florida that I think is really disgusting is you can just say like, oh, this person's like crazy. They need to be in a 5150 hold right now. I think they call it I think it's a Baker Act. I think it's in Florida. I don't remember but you can just do that. It doesn't matter what's happening. One person stands out in particular because I actually really like her, and she lives in Florida, but she insists that Britney Spears needs to be in a conservatorship simply because of her Instagram. Dude, there are some weirdos on Instagram, like, or on the internet in general. Like, come on, you don't deserve to have all of your rights taken away from you because you dance like an idiot on the internet. Like, get out. I should have been locked up a long time ago then, you fucking asshole. But that person lives in Florida, and I could easily head on down there, call the police, get her locked up. Well, she was acting crazy. I don't know. And it from what it sounds like, it's way too easy. So that's just like, that's very unnerving and very like frustrating because I've mentioned this before. That's why I hate red flag laws. Yeah, same. I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this before, and then I forgot what it was that I mentioned. Wait, what did I mention? Oh, back in my day, I don't even know if I mentioned it now, but Andy Dick was considered mentally insane. And of course, people are like, wait, why is he like, and he just roams the streets? Yeah, he's not a danger to himself or other people. Britney Spears was not a danger to herself or other people. She was just like any other mom from like the 80s, going through a split up, wanting to go party out with her friends. Like, all I saw in that woman was what my mom did when my parents got divorced. Was it perfect? No. In fact, like, yeah, she should have slowed it down. That doesn't mean she needed to be under a conservatorship. Like the night that she beat the car up with an umbrella. You go through all the shit that she had gone through. If you just went through the stuff that she went through in like the 3 months leading up to that, you would have been doing way worse than beating a car up with an umbrella. And don't miss me with this. Oh no, I wouldn't, because no. The fact, like, when she shaved her head, I think it was what was going on? I think like her aunt passed away from cancer. There was something crazy going on in their life that was like really upsetting. And gosh, now I'm trying to piece together everything that was going on. But at the same time, when she shaved her head, she was going through a bunch of, which is hell and back, right? Like we all know what was going on with her already. And her mom, Lynn Spears, wrote in one of her dumb books, was writing, yeah, when I got the call that she shaved her head, I just started sobbing and just couldn't believe that she shaved off all of her beautiful hair or something crazy like that. Like she was overly emotional about her daughter shaving her head and wasn't emotional at all about her daughter having an emotional crisis, having a moment where her mother needed to hold her and comfort her and get her out of this mess. No, she was upset because her beautiful hair was gone. It was said that her hair samples could be used for drug tests, so she shaved her head. So what Britney Spears herself said about it was she was sick and tired of being poked and prodded and treated like an object. She was tired of people touching her and only being a product. She wanted to just be a human, and she thought the only way I can control this, right? Or one way I can control this is I'll just get rid of my hair, and now they can't touch it. Which I find that to be believable. The thing is that like if you actually take a look at the abuse that she went through, it just makes sense. Like that just makes sense of when you're going through and she felt like she just had no control over anything in her own life. So it's just easier for her to just shave her head. Like I had a friend who used to she struggled a lot, like when her parents would fight before they got a divorce, and she was like, I don't know how to control anything that's going on right now, so I guess I'll just be skinny. And so she went through different phases of anorexia and bulimia, but she had some like severe eating disorder stuff going on for a while, but that was the only way that she could control anything. Was, well, yeah, I don't know how to make my parents stop fighting. I don't know how to fix this, that, or the other thing, but I can make myself skinny. So there's when you I mean, I would hope that nobody has to like go through any of these kinds of things to fully grasp it, but it's just when you're going through something that you feel like stuff is out of control, you look for something that you can control. And for Britney Spears, it was shaving her head. Cricket doesn't have to shave her head to control anything. My little sweet girl. Let's see here. Andy should lay off substances though. Well, see, and that was the thing is like, he wasn't considered a danger to himself or society. And so like, and the thing is like, was he insane? Like, I don't even know for sure. God, I need to, whew. I mean, I don't know anything about him. So I wouldn't know. I don't know. I just remember he was like goofy like the rest of them, but like, does that mean that Tom Green was insane too? I don't really know. What do I know? Wish I could be that comfortable. Like Cricket. I know, look at her. Just living the dream over here. Yeah. These dogs, it's so funny because when I had to get rid of Boots's dog bed, I was thinking like, I don't know if the dogs really like, do they even really use a lot of dog beds? Like Boots never really used his dog bed very much. There was a point in time though where he kept trying to get me to sleep on his dog bed with him, which was really cute, very cute. But I didn't really think that they were really using dog beds very much. But then when I got Josie, I got her a dog bed because I didn't really know. Like, I just wanted to make her as comfortable as possible. So I got her a dog bed, and then they've all been like shoving not really, they've been shoving each other essentially to like fit onto the dog bed with one another. So now I have all these bed pillows, as you can see, and I've just been like throwing them around the house. So like I have Josie's bed out there, like it's like in between the kitchen and the living room, and then I'll throw a couple of pillows next to it, and then I'll aim one of the space heaters at it. Oh my God, they're in heaven. So I was considering getting more dog beds for them, but now I think that I can just use a bunch of pillows instead. So I don't know if you have any pillows that you're thinking about getting rid of and a couple of extra pillowcases, you just send them my way. My dogs will love them. I think my whole house is just going to be covered in pillows. Let's see here. She shaved her head because they were going to do a follicle drug test on her. She was in custody battle with Kevin Federline. But here's the thing, though, is I don't think she was doing drugs. I mean, maybe she was doing cocaine here and there, like when she was out partying with the friends. I don't know, though. I mean, granted, like maybe she was just trying to like cover all of her bases just in case or whatever, but I don't know. Hey, Saw, you're here. Hello. Yeah, you weren't here for the issue with Kick, but Kick wasn't communicating with StreamYard. StreamYard couldn't like stream to Kick. So, yeah, what a bummer. So we're going to have to, I'm going to have to test out like multiple streaming ideas, but, I think Chris, you mentioned it, right? Chris, with using Restream instead of StreamYard. I also need to start testing out with OBS as well. I went into a whole shebang with that. Hi, Zul McCool. Hello. But yeah, no, we're still going to, I still need to figure out the ins and outs of just like simul streaming. Because eventually if I can get simul streaming on multiple platforms, I'm going to start kind of like cutting off, doing a little YouTube cutoff time and switching over only to other platforms, and then hopefully just reduce my YouTube streaming time down to more of a minimum and using other platforms instead. And then I need to set mine up and show how it's done. Listen, I had Kick set up the way that StreamYard told me to do it. I used the stream key and the URL and all that stuff, and then when I hit go live, StreamYard was like, "Oh, we can't communicate with Kick." So we'll see. I just need to figure out not only do I need to like figure out that part of it, but like I also don't want to be using I don't want to use StreamYard forever. So I really didn't, I didn't mess around. Oh, hey. I have, okay, it wasn't like, it was like recent. I got a couple of Venmos from a friend here. And of course, oh, it's DS. Okay. I'm not trying to dox anybody, so this is really sweet. Thank you, DS. That's really nice of you. There's one message that was just a little coffee cup, and then LOL chef's kiss. That's it. That's really sweet. Thank you, DS. I really appreciate it. So you, sir, I mean, that's $20 whole that you gave to me. So is DS even still here? Well, he has to be, right? Or was my phone just like super late in alerting me? All right. Well, okay. Because I'm curious, DS. Did you want a song? Do you want just a harmonica jiggle? Do you want like a full song? What's happening here? I mean, $20 whole. That's a lot. I feel like I should repay you, or get you your money's worth here. Just got home. I was at the gym. Yeah. And getting food for the weekend. What kind of food are you getting for the weekend? I still have a couple of steaks in the fridge. I need to make those. I'm gonna have to do some steak and baked potatoes. And then I need to figure out what food I want for the weekend. I haven't made like traditional like American breakfast. I just call it big breakfast, or sometimes I'll just call it Sunday breakfast. But like your typical, just like bacon, eggs, French toast, hash browns. I usually do French toast because that's like the easiest with everything I have. But I think I want to get a waffle maker because the waffles are legit. And I was doing pancakes every once in a while. Like I would have different flavored pancakes. Kodiak, they have this pancake flavor, and I don't know why they got rid of it. I'm so mad. But it was strawberry chocolate chip pancakes from Kodiak. They're like, what is it? Kodiak, right? The protein, they have like the protein oatmeals and the protein stuff. And then they just got rid of it. I stopped looking for it after a while. I was just like, I can't, my heart is breaking. But dude, if anyone knows where to find those blasted strawberry chocolate chip pancakes, let me see if I can find them on the internet.com right now. Yeah, oh, it remembers. Yeah, I can't find it. They have like cinnamon, then like the strawberries and cream oatmeal. No, why don't you have this? Oh, but Bob's Red Mill. Oh, look at this. Look at this, you guys. Oh my God. Bob's Red Mill has white chocolate and strawberry. You know what, though? Here's the thing. White chocolate and raspberry. That's where they went wrong. They need to do white chocolate raspberry. That's where you really get... Because white chocolate strawberry, that's going to be a little too sweet. But white chocolate raspberry, that gives you just a little kick. Push-ups! So what I'm gathering from all of this is that I probably should have started a little bit later. Perhaps. Ooh. That was a little nerve-wracking. I thought maybe something was trying to pop out. But it was an undergarment. Yeah, so apparently it seems like I got a little bit, I went a little bit earlier. I don't remember what I was saying again. I was in the middle of something, then I got distracted. No, today is just an off day. How's Cricket? She's doing better. As you can see, she's sleeping and she's just fine. Little shit. Let's see here. What else is happening in the chat? See, that's the one thing for me is like I go off on these tangents and then I start looking at the chat to see what people have to say and then I completely forget what I'm talking about. I don't know what's going on anymore. Those of you who are / have been coming in a bit late, I did start off the stream with a song, yeah, and it was very much the I feel like it embodied what a lot of people are feeling. It felt like it really resonated with everything that I've been dealing with recently, but I feel like it just is very much it kind of whatever. Anyway, the reason why I bring this up is that same band and also that same exact album. They have a song that just it really I was listening to it the other day when I was running my errands and I realized this feels like it is it's called Filthy Beasts and it just feels like it really represents the it's like the theme song of my recent enemies YouTube CSAC and Green Day. And so I mentioned, you know, as after I don't know, do you guys should I just serenade you guys with that song again? Since it seems that as I'm looking through the chat, it looks like everybody here is like, oh dang it, I missed it. Is that what do you want to just I was gonna say I can I'll serenade you guys with the other song that I mentioned. But I'll just do both. Let's just do both. Okay. Man, this album is so good. This album is so. I just want to go tell you guys this beforehand. Is this album came out in 2007, and I was really bummed because, well, I wasn't like bummed, but I didn't appreciate it at the time because so the band's called Gatsby's American Dream, and their albums, the two albums that came out before that. I'm getting all worked up. I need to catch my breath. But the two albums came out before that were different. They were fucking awesome. So, oh my God, Ribbons and Sugar and Volcano. So good. But Panic at the Disco and like that style of music was becoming really popular. And so when they got signed to this record label, they were like, oh, we want you to do music like this. And I really liked Panic at the Disco and all the other bands. But I also really loved Gatsby's American Dream. And I liked Gatsby's American Dream being Gatsby's American Dream. So I didn't really appreciate this album when it came out at the time. But now, like, listening to it, I'm just like, holy crap. It is so good. It's really, really good. I mean, honestly, if the record label would have actually given them more creative freedom, oh my God, I could just imagine how freaking amazing it would have been. But honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like this album was just really important. I don't know if they would have even been able, I don't know if they would have even like sung this message at all. If it weren't for what the record label was putting them through. And so there is that for me. Like, I'm like, well, but this is something that I think that we all needed to hear at some point in time anyway. But anyway, it's a really, really good song, or a really good album. But the band is called Gatsby's American Dream. This particular album that I'm going to serenade you, this song comes from, there we go. Geez. That's their self-titled album. So I'm going to do that. Because I want you guys all to be able to find it. The thing is, we live in fear. Fear of the monsters in control. Three-legged machines, they'll haunt my dreams. Machines made of metal so cold. And yes, I searched CSAC to make sure that they don't license this. If they invite me, I'll join. There'll be something to believe. A place where we can find the refuge we need. Dwarfing the trees, they block out the sky. Fueled by ugliness and greed. Dude, this shit's so good. I wish I could play the drums like this. So good. Here it comes. Could this be something to believe? A place where we can find the refuge that we need. A place where their long arms can't reach. Up in the mountains where we can still believe. From the heights we'll wage this war for all the things we long for, so we can think the way we like. Could be something to believe. A place where we can live the music that we breathe. Our lungs are strong as is our song. Up in the mountains where we can still believe. From the heights we'll wage this war for all the things we long for, so we can sing the way we like. Okay, tell me that shit doesn't fucking rule. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this real quick. And look at that. Nightbot isn't here to harass you. Fucking Nightbot. But yeah, this one here is this is the kind of comment you're like, okay, wasn't your thing. All right. Yeah, it's that 2000s. Well, yeah, like that's the problem is that these guys were way more like prog rock type shit, and then the record label was really trying to mess with them, make them Panic at the Disco-y. But no, this one is this next one that I wanted you guys to hear as well is what I call YouTube, CSAC, and Green Day's theme song. Consuming every little thing we get our claws around. I do subscribe to the thought that we are the dinosaurs with pebbled skin sharp, the wicked tail, stinky breath. Oh, we are, to say the least, a pack of filthy beasts. All we want is dinner. stalk the landscape in the search for easy prey. Our days are very long, but hunger keeps us sleep at bay. With hopes of finding the wounded that have run astray. Oh, we are, to say the least, a pack of filthy beasts. All we want is dinner, just looking for a feast. 'Cause we are the filthy beasts. This is very rude of the dogs, but hold on a second. Literally nothing. Okay. And we were getting to like the best part of the song. You guys are rude. Okay, we're just gonna. Back to it. Lots of teeth equals lots of respect, and some things you can't protect. We'll fill our bags with the things you hold dear. We are, to say the least, a pack of filthy beasts. All we want is dinner, just looking for a feast. 'Cause we are the filthy beasts. Lots of teeth equals lots of respect, and some things you can't protect. Anyway, so that whole album is
Power off.
really good though. So, but yes, I believe that that was my brand new arch nemesis, Green Day, and their friends at CSAC. I don't even know if that's like what they. I mean, I think that's what it is. How they say it? I don't know. But and YouTube, that's their theme song. I mean, along with like our government and corporations and all of it. But yeah, so but yeah, I actually did check the website and make sure that no, it's this. Let's see here. Let me see. I can probably find it. Yep, there it is. Ooh, these tricky little shits. Oh, wow. Yeah, deny all of that. Gross. Ugh. Anyway. Oh, nope. So this right here, we have yeah. Oh, wait, did I accidentally just stop the music? Oh. Yeah, they're the fun. So you can search here right But like, if there's a song you like, I go to this licensed under these guys, and all this other stuff. Yep, that's yeah. Green Day sucks anyway. Like, if I can figure it out, I'm cutting out. Wait, hold on. Is it better? Wait, is it better now, or is it? It might be. Yeah. So if I just stay silent, no one's. Is it still cutting out? Was it the music that was making it an issue? It's better now. Okay. So we just have to do this in silence, I guess. God, navigating this stuff is just like. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, but it was something. There we go. Never mind. It doesn't have the thing in there anymore that shows me what like stuff that's considered copyright or not. But I did say, let's see if I still have the let me take that down. Okay, I'm going over here. I'm not going to pull your comment up on the screen just in case. I forgot what I was looking for. Okay. Well, oh well. You know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna go over it anymore. But essentially, like when I looked in the thing that said like copyright, it just had a list of 4 songs on there, and the there were and they were all from the one stream, right? The one karaoke stream that we did, and it showed what 4 songs was it? I know Pink Pony Club was one of them. I can't remember the other 2 right now. I'll have to. But then those other 3 that showed up on the list, which we sang like way more, they were all like, yeah, these are fine. Like they're not, you're not at risk for anything, whatever, because it was recognized as fair use. There's just like possible copyright, but no. But then the Green Day one was like, oh, you used the melody of this song, and so you have limited visibility. And I'm like, okay, limited visibility. It's not. What do you mean? No, it's just blocked. The stream's taken down. Like, no, what? So it said like you can dispute it, or you can like mute it, or you can put music over it, or you can just trim it out. So I was like, just cut it out and like call it good. But then, so then I'm like, wait a minute. There were like a shit ton of other songs on there that weren't even on the radar, which is weird. And the other 3 songs that were recognized as possible copyright aren't licensed through the Fun Police here. So that was a little interesting because like what I don't know. I don't even know if there's like a special company that licenses the other ones, right? Like I just figured it was all through the record label. But then, so I went through a series of emotions here because I was like, at first I thought Jolene was one of them. And I was like, really? You're going to insult Dolly Parton this much by assuming that this is like the actual version of Jolene? Like, get out of here. And then I was like, oh, never mind. They're probably like, you are insulting Dolly Parton this much by destroying this song, which in that case, fair. But at least tell me that. Okay. And then I was like, wait a minute. So you're telling me that out of this whole list of songs that are considered copyright, not one of them was one of my Mariah Carey performances? Really? Rude. So I'm disrespected for multiple reasons now. Like, what a bunch of assholes. Well, I mean, Dolly probably wouldn't mind, but if somebody else owns her music, then they would. But Jolene is old enough. I thought, how fucking old is Jolene? Maybe it's different with music. You signed up for Kick. Oh, that was another thing that I addressed. Was StreamYard is not talking to Kick properly. So I did what StreamYard told me to do, and it's not doing it. So, I think StreamYard's going to make me give them money again. So I think I'm going to have to just cancel StreamYard and try something else. But I'm going to have to do that probably just like as soon as the stream is over, because otherwise they're going to take a bunch of money from me, and I don't have that money, to be honest. Yeah, I know, but we'll figure it out, because I'm sure that there's something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and test out streaming with OBS. I just need do I have a road mixer? No, sir. I have a PO box if you want to send me one. Now, but yeah, I need to get my whatchamacallit? Okay, it came out in 74, but okay. That I thought never mind. I don't know how many years it is, to be honest. I don't know how many years. I know that, like, if you're trying to have like a band name or a stage name or something like that, that's the same as someone else that was famous, then they have to be dead for like 70 years before you can use it or something. I don't know. I've told you guys before, I'm disabled. To be honest, I don't really know. But back to what I was trying to say. I just need to get my my IT guy. I just need to get my hey, I just need to talk to my IT guy and test out some stuff. Well, in Discord and with OBS and like so on and so forth, so that I can properly simulstream and all of that. OBS it is. Yes. Well, I mean, that's the free one, but at the same time is no, actually, here's the thing. I honestly, I kind of got a little like I was feeling a little unsafe and a little bit panicked, and so I didn't want like too much information out there for people to start like investigating and trying to cause harm to myself or my family. But because I also like I have that Amazon wish list, and I actually removed everything from the wish list and created separate lists that aren't like considered the Amazon wish list. But then I was like a little bit nervous with that because I wasn't sure if you wanted to like add a different address or anything, like if my personal address would show up. So I didn't want to share them. But I tested it out and it looks like no. Listen, but here's the thing. I paid $170 for that fucking P.O. box. All right, we're putting it to use. So hold, please. And I'm gonna have to make a bikini list too now. Zia's audience is really funny because they're all like, "Hey, what like what was it? Oh, because the other night when she like put on a black bikini, and I think it was Backhand that was asking about it, and he was like, "Do you have a bikini like that?" And then I was like, "No, I don't really have like any bikinis like at all, really, to be honest." And he was like, "You need some," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, probably." And he's like, "You should just put some on a wish list. People will get you stuff. People will buy that stuff for you." Let's see here. Will you let me do this while I'm stream? Oh, here we go. Okay, so that stuff should be in the description box now. Just P.O. box. And there's like a bunch of different wish lists on there. There's some that are specific to different things or something. Yep. Yeah, that's what I said. But yeah, so there you go. There's stuff in there. There's a P.O. box. There's some wish list stuff. There's other things. What's it called? Oh yeah, like Venmo and stuff too. Refresh it and see. What do you mean? Like, but I hit save. Well, I did. Oh, telling the viewers to hit refresh. I was like, I see a thing in this stuff. Anyway. Listen, I already told you guys. All right, I already told you everything about me. You should know. You should know these things about me. All right. Anyway, okay, I've been doing this for over 2 hours now, and we've accomplished nothing as usual. But I guess that's just the way it goes. I should probably wrap this up because I don't want to lose too much momentum. Look at that hair. I'm looking like Eileen Warnos, you know? But yeah, so anyway, what was I trying to say? So for now, I'm gonna have to stick to YouTube just because I need to make a few tech changes before we before I go. What's happening? Anyway, all right. Yeah, so I need to make a few tech changes before I can actually do anything because I can't do anything right the first time. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do all that, and then I don't know. I guess maybe we'll just do I'll probably do something a little bit early tomorrow because I know Keanu is gonna be on Unqualified Experts, and you know what? I want to watch that too. Okay, all right. I feel like sometimes I just get a little bit of a little fun. Oh my gosh, do you see Penelope? Look at her. Oh, what a baby. But yeah, I don't want to miss all the fun. Ah! So I'd like to be able to watch that. So I might do something just a little earlier tomorrow than I normally would. And then possibly, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I'll have to sort out the rest of it as we go because I really don't want to be if I'm going to be continuing if I'm going to continue to stream at all anyway. I don't want it to be full time on YouTube. I just don't. I would rather continue building momentum here and then just get people elsewhere. Wherever that may be for us. Perfect. Now you hang up the phone. You listen. Here's the problem with this is that I wanted to be able to actually like properly communicate what I was trying to say. Just letting everybody know, like, as before I go, I just want you to know this is the plan and stuff. So anyway, so tomorrow I'll probably do a stream that's like a little bit later than what I did today, but earlier than everyone else's streams so that we don't miss everyone else's, or that no one misses mine. That kind of crap. But then hopefully we'll be streaming more on other platforms. So prepare for that once I actually sort that stuff out. But my IT guy here, I'm going to need some of his help with that. So now tell me about your day. I don't know if I have 45 more minutes because first of all, I need to give the dogs their medicine. And then I haven't done like a workout today. So I should try and squeeze one of those in before I fully get tired. So there's that. Anyway, thank you everybody for putting up with, and you know what? I freaking took medication before the stream too. Like I should be, but I'm not. I don't even know what I wanted to say. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for joining me and thank you for being here and putting up with my mess. Thank the dogs for interrupting a fun song like a bunch of buttholes. Meds and exercise. Yes, here's the thing. When it comes to medicating for ADHD, you still need to get exercise. It's very, very important because it's not you'll notice a huge difference when you exercise and you have ADHD. Yes, see you later tonight. We will be there. Yeah, I don't know. I never remember if this is upside down or not.